Season for the volleyball team. You had a really great season, 36 wins, historic season. I asked the same thing to Kevin Taylor. What do you make of the season as a whole, just to start out?
I'm definitely happy about the way the season went. You know, this, like you said, we did make history this whole season, and I'm so glad to be a part of the first team, especially since I just transferred in this year. I'm just definitely happy about the whole way the season turned out.
How did it feel, just coming in, that immediate impact with the transfer? How is it just in terms of transferring from one school to another kind of experience? How did that play out for you?
It was definitely a lot different here than it was at my old school, but I mean, obviously we did a lot better and we had a lot better a record, so it was a big change, but I mean, I got used to it fast enough for us to be successful.
Well, I guess I'm kind of working backwards here because I started with the overall thing. You know, you took the trip to the Nationals in Indiana. How did that, I mean, you know, obviously you didn't come away with the final results you wanted, but, you know, how was taking that trip with the team?
Well, we were all really excited to go. We knew it was definitely going to be a tough match. You know, Indiana, the team from Indiana had around the same record as we did, so we knew they were pretty good too. Unfortunately, we couldn't come away with the win, but we definitely knew we had to go and play hard, and hopefully next year we can make it past that first round of Nationals too.
You talked to me earlier, a few weeks ago actually, about how Coach Bruno is very tough on setters. How has what he's done for you this season really helped make you a better player?
He definitely, like I said before, he is definitely a lot harder on setters than he is other players, and he told me that coming in. And he's just he gives me a lot of critiques in practice, and he makes sure that every single play I know what I'm doing, and he makes sure I know who my key players are, who to go to when we need a point, and he's just really helpful with everything on my defense, setting, everything, like every aspect of the game.
It's a little...
We need 3 mics.
We're technologically having some issues here.
Not our fault.
But anyway, from a team perspective, who would you say was maybe team MVP for the year, and maybe you know, an underrated star that didn't maybe get a lot of attention, but had a big part in getting the team to be as successful as it was?
I mean, I definitely give credit to Lindsay and Brittany for making all conference and everything, and Lindsay being the conference player of the year. I definitely give them credit, but our back row players definitely deserve more credit than they get. If it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for our defense, our team definitely wouldn't have been as good. I definitely think Alyssa, MJ, and Amanda Ardinger deserve more credit. Alyssa was a great libero. She's the best libero I've ever, been on a team with, so I definitely think they all deserve more credit than they get.
Okay, I am completely going back on this. I saw on Facebook last night, because I don't know what I was doing, you were talking about your hometown and how people were hating on your hometown. What makes you so proud to come from there, and how has it helped you into the player and person that you are today?
I mean, it's definitely a small town, and everybody knows everybody, and I guess people don't like that about Ashtabula, but at the same time, all of my best friends are from Ashtabula. I started my basketball career, my volleyball career in Ashtabula. It's like, I'm from there. It shaped me to who I am today, and I mean, if it wasn't for my coaches in Ashtabula, I wouldn't be here right now playing volleyball. So, I mean, although a lot of people don't like it there, I'm definitely thankful from coming there, because I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
Again, with the switching, handing off. Well, you talked a little bit earlier about how you transferred to Point Park this year, and this was your first year with the team under Mike Bruno's system. when you were deciding, to transfer, was Point Park your only option? Did you want to come here? And if so, why? And were there any other possible options that you were planning on?
There were actually a lot of different options that I had. When I knew I wanted to transfer from Notre Dame for sure, I emailed all the coaches that I talked to from high school and all the coaches that had seen me play when I was at Notre Dame. And Point Park just happened to be one of them. And he was the first one to contact me back, and he told me that they needed a setter. So I was definitely interested because I knew they needed a setter and I knew I could come in and play the role. So he called me, I came for a tryout, and then after I tried out, I talked to Coach Bruno. He seemed like a really good coach. I knew Point Park traditionally has a good team, so after I toured the campus, I knew this is where I wanted to come.
Favorite or biggest win of the year for personally and for the team?
Definitely the Walsh match. I don't think I've ever played a more intense match than I did against them. I guess they've always been Point Park rivals, and we knew they were a really good team too. So definitely that match, that win was incredible.
Well, the team not only made history through the wins and the record this year and everything, but you also made history in the fact that you are the first team to play in the student center on campus, the first Point Park team to play an actual team sporting event on campus. What was it like playing in the student center, and how was that fan support?
Our whole team likes playing in the student center, and I think next year we're going to continue to play in the student center. A lot more fans come because it's right on campus. They can leave class and just come right to our games. And the more fans that are there, the more support we have, and then the better we play, I think.
Following up on that, I kind of called it, I believe it was during the AMC tournament, I called it, I don't know how much you follow it, but March Madness atmosphere. Would you agree with that kind of a statement where it's just fans that are seriously kind of on top of the players and cheering and rooting, and sometimes really rooting in USG's case?
Yeah, that's exciting though, to just know that all the students here, support us and help us with our win, really. I really think that the more fans that we have, the more pumped up we get, and then the better we play. Even when we played that team from California, the gym was packed and the whole team was just really excited to play for all the students that came.
Well, if you had the opportunity to play all of your games in the student center, would you like to do that? Do you think the team would like to do that, or do you think it would add a lot of pressure to the team, seeing that you're getting a ton of fans out, which, it could add pressure, but, it also could show a lot of support for the team?
I think the more pressure that's on us, the better we do. And I think if we do have a chance to play in the Student Center, we should. And although there are a lot of people watching, that just gets us more excited to play.
I have to ask, because I have asked legitimately every Point Park guest we've had, in terms of the Point Park logo, you like the logo, you like green over brown, because I don't know if you remember Kevin Taylor was quoted as saying that brown resembled a museum exhibit. So, yeah. Green or brown for the for the mascot color, and do you like the new logo?
I'm not really familiar with the old logo, so I can't really say that I like it better, but I don't have a problem with our logo now. I'm more of a fan for the actual. Are you talking about the actual bison?
Sure, yes.
The mascot.
The mascot.
Yeah.
I guess I'm fine with it.
As long as it's not a museum exhibit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Museum exhibit. I can't believe that. Okay. Where to go from there? Well, you transferred here from Notre Dame. what was it like, what differences do you see, in other teams that you've played on, and then, coming here? What are some of the differences you've seen?
Actually, we were in the same conference with Point Park for my first 2 years, so we did kind of play the same teams. But coming here, I definitely think we play a wider variety of teams. We go more places, and I definitely have seen the best teams that I've seen in my whole college career here at Point Park. So, I mean, I definitely had to step my game up, but, I mean, I'm glad I came here anyways.
Did it at least feel better from you from a transfer standpoint that there were a lot of people that transferred? Was that a little bit more helpful? Because I know a lot of people said that in terms of the chemistry, it was, getting the chemistry this year was something at the beginning of the year that was probably, because of a lot of transfers coming in, it made it a little bit harder. But it seems like the chemistry at the end at least really worked itself out, especially with the road trips.
Oh, yeah, I was definitely nervous coming in about being a transfer, but there were a lot of transfers this year. But like I said the last time I had talked to you, I definitely think we got our chemistry earlier than everybody expected to, just because there were so many new people. But it ended up working out well.
Well, the team is, going to lose players like, all college teams do eventually, but you have a lot of key players returning for next year. Do you see the team having similar success or even more success in the near future here?
I mean, Cassandra and Rachel were both a big part of our team, but like you said, yeah, we do have a lot of key players returning, and I definitely see success in our future just as much or more as we did this year. And I mean, like I said, hopefully we can make it past that first round of nationals and make it to wherever the big tournament is held next year.
How important do you think it is to, a lot of the teams you saw them, I know Coach Bruno told you guys, the whole team had to go to the soccer match, and then pretty much it seemed like a lot of the players from the fall sports teams came down to support you, especially during the tournament. How much is it, do you think the give and take is there in terms of supporting the other Point Park athletics teams?
I mean, at my old school, pretty much all of the people were athletes, and I guess it's a little bit different here because there's a lot of dancers also. But I definitely think all the athletes should try to support each other, not just because our coach is best friends with the boys soccer coach, but
they literally do everything together.
Yeah, exactly. But I definitely think we all should try to support each other, not just fall sports supporting fall sports, but fall sports supporting winter sports also. Like, I think all athletes should try to support each other as much as possible.
What do you, and I mean, not only you obviously, but the whole team, what do you try to do during your off season to make sure you stay game ready? Obviously, you have at the start of the season you're not going to be completely in sync, but what kind of practice do you do during the off season to make sure you stay as ready as possible for the start of the next season?
Well, we all should be working out. I'm not going to say everybody does, but most of us all work out, and actually Coach Bruno's having us for spring season this year. At least 3 days a week we have to be like in the gym. 2 days a week we'll be practicing, and the other day we have to go make teams, and we have to go play like 3-on-3, or we have to go play 4-on-4, just so we can stay in that volleyball condition. We don't want to step into next season not touching a volleyball all of spring season and all of summer.